everyone, welcome back to, yes guys, another episode of Spill the Tea with the Abebes. Today is such a good day, guys, because we have a lot to talk about surrounding a very interesting topic. What do women really want? Because do men actually know? Guys, my name is Nicole Abebe and I'm joined with my big cousin, the goddess herself,
Moët Abebe. Yes, just like Nicole said, I am super excited about today's topic. What women really want. That's true. I feel like I personally, being a woman, I am always in a situation where I feel like, is this the best decision? Is this what I want? So I feel like having a guest today, another guest on our show, he will be able to let us know, and no one better than Pretty Mike.
Woo!
Mike Abebe to me.
Oh, he's joined the club.
The family, huh?
Welcome home, brother.
Nice one. Now, seeing as you've joined the family, let's have some tea. So you've got to have tea with the Abebes. Now that you are officially an Abebe.
I'm sure once you taste our tea, you're gonna be
You're gonna
hooked.
love it. Why do you feel women are controversial?
I mean, I think they're a complicated being. If we decide to go with the scripture, because I am a Christian, and I'm hoping that everybody else here are with some type of religion. But going with the scripture, I think, of course, it's obvious that even God, the Creator, is confused about women.
Confused about women.
How? You need to explain.
But he knew what he was doing when he made the man.
Yes, he did.
Oh, so he wasn't sure about the woman.
He wasn't sure. If you guys technically look at it, and if you guys will not get offended.
Why? I am offended.
Yes, but I think obviously you guys could tell that you guys were like created out of necessity. So it was a rush type of creation. Like, let me quickly make this thing sharply. And that's why himself sometimes is confused.
You see, I hear that, but the only thing I heard was he rushed to make a man and then realized that, what is this rubbish I made? Let me upgrade. Like
upgrade
iPhone and then iPhone 12.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
all
down.
I heard when you were just talking now. So continue.
Well, you know one thing about women, they are always defensive.
And men?
The reality of this creation is, if we're going with the Bible, he took his time, created men, and looked and see they were lonely, and decided to, quickly, sharply, rushly.
Hey.
That's why
God,
I keep telling people, I think.
God makes no mistakes. Everything he makes is in perfection. So
Thank you, madam.
Cut.
Producer. No.
Why
Producer
not
of the year.
No.
The guest is cutting.
Listen, I'm being bamboozled.
Why not? We were bamboozled.
Is this how you guys gang up on?
No, but your intro is a triggering one.
You triggered us. You really triggered us.
I didn't say women are necessities.
But it's quite interesting that you say that we're controversial. It's quite interesting that you have touched on the fact that you are a Christian.
Yes.
But I feel that there's a couple of things that you have sort of done that maybe a lot of people would say, is that a very Christian thing to do? Okay. For one, I don't know. So here you are. Did you impregnate 12 women?
Well, I mean, you keep talking about, you're trying to say that's not Christian. Like me and you know that Solomon in the Bible had a gazillion concubines, wives.
So you do believe polygamy is something that we should do?
Well, I mean, don't judge. Like
I believe
Bible
don't
says,
judge.
Yes. So let's keep what I did in the bedroom and what's in my pants, and to me and my women.
So you do. So those are your women.
I mean, yes. Why not?
Why?
So do you personally feel that women want or will be able to handle polygamy if they're taken care of? Because how are you actually able to get 12 women to be your women?
I mean, hey, they don't call me pretty for nothing.
Okay.
So how do you satisfy 12 women at the same time?
For me, I like to listen. I think women like when you take out your time to listen to them. Take your time out, pay attention to their needs.
Yep.
I think women like to be pampered. But at the same time, not to say what everybody knows about women. I think even women don't sometimes know what they want. Yeah.
I mean, women Women may not know what they want, but men generally do, and
Yes.
try and get what they want.
Mhm.
Many women, a lot of the time, there's this metaphor that says that a master key can open many locks, but you need like a certain key to open individual locks. Basically, meaning that one man can impregnate 50 women if he wants.
Are these cookies any good?
Yes, they're really
They're
good.
very good.
I'm crying from good.
Let me have some.
You're trying to lose weight. You have no. Where's the weight?
The one in between my legs.
So
Wow.
getting back to what I was. No, serious talk.
Oh
No, but seriously, so men can impregnate many women at the same time. Women, she can only get pregnant once 9 months before she can get pregnant again. So the issue of contraception, do you think it's actually men that should have contraceptive pills and all these morning after and all these things, not women? Because clearly men are the ones spreading their seeds.
They can literally, you can literally get, clearly, you were able to get 12. You can get 100 women pregnant.
That's an easy one. If you look at the population worldwide, I'm sure it's a ratio of 1 to 4 when it comes to men and women. And the men, they die faster. One, they're the ones that go to war. I mean, so.
When last did we go to war now?
Been war in how many?
I bet there's no war. I'm not going to witness war.
You're talking about Nigeria, but let's look around the world.
Okay,
Let's talk about other countries that are actually in war. I mean, the men are the one actually dying. So you know what? You need somebody that will spread some seeds around and repopulate them.
What do you think a Nigerian man's idea of a good woman is? Because I think Nigerian men love to say, oh, I want a good, strong woman. And a strong woman in the sense meaning, oh, just handle all the bullshit I give you, cry at night and forgive me in the morning.
You know, that's a very sensitive topic when you talk about what a typical Nigerian man wants out of a woman. But I think in general, different men want different things from a particular woman. Because a lot of these men nowadays want a woman that probably stays at home with the kids and stuff like that, which to me is not my thing. But I mean, if you're well-to-do, sometimes it depends on what your financial capacity is. You know, I mean, it varies.
Okay, it's interesting that you touched home on a man wanting a woman that will stay at home. Now, when we're talking about housewives, do you personally believe that housewives should be, in a sense, actually put on salaries of some sort? Because if you think about it, if you were going to hire help, you would pay them. And in all honesty, being a full-time housewife is extremely tasking. The only difference is that the office is different. Office is at home, basically, but you've got to take care of the kids. Exactly.
I am not.
Nanny.
I am not, and I'm against, and I will repeat it. I am not for giving any woman a salary, especially your wife. This money is our money. She should have free access to it, to having it and spending it. She's not your worker, she's not your slave, so why put her on a salary? For me, I have access to the money, and I'm sure she knows that it's our money, so she's not going to spend it stupidly. It sounds degrading for you to say at the end of the month, madam, I'm paying you X amount of money, or I'm giving you X amount of money for a salary.
But what about the husbands who just expect their wives to do everything, but then when they now need money to do their hair, do their nails, they expect you to come and beg and work?
Yes.
And most times the husbands are in a position to say, no, keep your hair for 2 more weeks. I'll give you money when I'm ready to give you money.
Well, those husbands have their wives calling people like us.
I like how you sipped your tea. I will sip mine too. But even just going back to men and, in your own situation with polygamy, I feel like most people sort of believe that it's okay for, I don't even want to really touch on the topic of cheating and men cheating and who cheats more and all what, but people are more okay with men cheating or men having multiple partners or whatnot, even though he has a main chick or a wife or whatnot. So obviously we're more open to polygamy coming from the male side. Do you personally feel that women, in a sense, are actually okay with polygamy? Like, we're okay with it to a point where, so long as we're all right, You want to relax and be taken care of. You know, you're in a situation where you're the third or you're the fourth wife. You're like, at least all the problem is not really on my head. Let the first and the second take the problem. Do you think
if we're talking about
okay?
in our society,
Yes.
Nigeria, I think it has been encouraged now. Even when a lady goes and complains to her friend, like, my husband is cheating, I'm very sure the friend will say, don't tell them that like that. It's just, I'm sure you're okay. You have money, Abby. Your children are taken care of. You have a good, nice car. You know, it's encouraged. In our society now, they're encouraging, let your man do whatever he's doing as long as the house is taken care of.
You. Interesting. Now let's even go into you as a person. I am so curious to know what your childhood was like. First of all, do you have any sisters?
5.
You're the only boy?
No.
How old is he? Well, like older than you.
Yes.
So let's say, but your 5 sisters, you're close.
They're my blood.
Like you're closer to them in age as well.
Right.
Okay. So you know you now. You like all these your stunts on social media. Do you think if your sister, one of your sisters, or maybe all 5 of your sisters were used by a man, another man, maybe similar in a sense to you, to pull some of these stunts, would you be okay with that?
I mean, my family, we like that. So
You're crazy. All of you are crazy. So your sisters are crazy like you.
It runs in the family.
It runs in the family.
They like that. And every time it happens, I get calls and, I've done this better, that girl is not fine, she's
Oh my
fine.
God,
I don't ever get a frowning face towards it.
You talked about our Nigerian society a little bit. How do you think we would react if it was a female doing what you were doing? Taking 10 men to...
I mean, when the era of cruise, when the
cruiseway, we move.
So, I mean, if somebody's doing it, in fact, somebody should think about doing it.
Nah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Please, somebody do it.
You catch the attention of the media, social media, bloggers. I mean, that's what is trending now. So, I mean, most of these influencers you see now, that's what they capitalize on.
So do you agree that you do a lot of these things just to trend?
I do a lot of these things like my father, God in heaven. He loves attention. So, what makes me the difference?
Or do you feel women, as you said, being controversial, they're the best topic, they're the best tool to use to sort of catch crews, like you've said?
Well, for me, I feel like women are at a disadvantage already in our society.
Yes, they are.
In terms of everything, from growing up, work, they're at a disadvantage. I'm minding that social media is helping now to uplift and empower a lot of our women in our society. You can see a lot of businesses. I think more businesses owned on social media by women.
I think so.
You haven't noticed it. So it's helping them come out. There's a platform. So for me, I also have an empowerment program where I try to empower women, start up small businesses and stuff. I mean, they have to get attention. The last stunt I pulled off and, I had a whole bunch of pregnant women and people kept asking me questions like, are these your wives? Are these your girlfriends? Or are these your, blase, blase, blase? And a lot of women came to my DM that were pregnant and thought, it was a stunt. And like, can you use me for a stunt? I'm pregnant, I'm 6 months pregnant, I'm 5 months pregnant.
So you had applications?
Yes.
Literally.
They wanted to be part of it.
What do you really think women do want? Do you think women want to be career women? Or do you think women sort of want to be stay-at-home women?
It's a broad topic, and it's a topic where I don't think anybody has the right to speak for women. Every woman has her needs, her wants, their unique being. Let's stop generalizing and putting them in one category and saying what women want, like if it applies to everybody. Me and you can sit down here and agree on something and be like, okay, this is what we think women want. We think is the key word. But you know what? The feminists might come out and say something.
Yep.
Because you know what? They are a whole different department. You know what I'm saying? So it's a broad.
Shout out to the feminists.
Yes.
I am a feminist.
So shout out to
I
us.
believe in the social, political, and
Yes,
economic
and
equality
equality.
of the sexes.
I'm down for the equality of both man and women when it comes to everything.
If I'm to say this now, they will jump on me. But you know what?
Say it, spill the tea, spill it.
Even in the department of the feminists, I think they are confused.
So say that again.
Yes, even in the department
Sorry, pardon
of
me.
the feminists,
They are
they're
confused.
confused.
Feminists come for Pretty Mike.
No.
Attack.
Attack mode.
Assemble.
So, you know, it is also so interesting, you know, having this conversation, us talking about women. And when we are now even going to go as deep into, you know, some stats, 97% of physical violence towards women is done by men. What do you think about that?
100% of the physical violence done in the world are by men. So I mean, they are the more aggressive one. Not like I'm trying to support, you know, I mean, their bad behaviors. But yeah, I mean, I think we have a more aggressive hormone. At least that's the way we were created in general. So yes, when we talk about violence against women, of course, who else? It will not be a lion. It will be my gender, which I'm ashamed of. When, you know,
Yeah, these stats are crazy.
Yeah, there's-
But you know, talking about being ashamed about anything, it's safe to say that you are not ashamed of any of the stunts that you have pulled. But there was this whole talk one time about being arrested. Thursday,
Oh
they
yeah.
wanted to sue you.
right.
It also has to do with women. Why is
Some-
everything that has
some
to do with you
secrets
has to
are-
do with woman?
Secrets.
And if you guys notice, it just died down.
It did.
Yeah.
And the reason why it did is because the truth eventually came out. I mean, did I get a surprise gift from somebody that I did not know? Yes.
How have you been able to keep all these women, whether they are actually your babes,
Yeah.
your baby mamas,
Right.
your
Girlfriends.
I don't want to say dogs because
Your
that would be rude. but
Stunt queens.
Your stunt queens,
Okay.
your stunts. Oh yeah, we can swear on the show, right? Yeah, we can. Your stunt
Yes,
bitches.
we fucking can.
Because of, you know, the collar. Yeah. What? How have you literally been able to, you know, actually convince them to pull these stunts with you? Is it a money thing?
Well, everybody gets paid. You cannot be around Pretty Mike and not be happy. You cannot be around Pretty Mike and not be empowered or not have your pockets full. I mean, hey, you
Please,
know,
where's my
Mike,
phone is
got
somewhere.
to be around
I am
you.
not seeing an alert. I want to be empowered
yes,
by
yes.
money.
You know, you cannot be around me and not say that you benefited something from me. And I think, you know what? I know one thing about women is once you treat one right, and she goes and spills the beans. You know what?
More women come.
Exactly. So over the years,
Take
I
it.
have been able to some way or somehow make them happy. I think speaking about what women want, just make them happy.
Make them happy. What in all areas?
Of course.
Financially,
Physically,
in the bedroom,
sexually, emotionally,
emotionally,
mentally.
and you are able to do that with like what 15 women. Because
Well, I'm a small god now. We are
oh shit,
He's
God
a-
is goddess.
So then what am I? God, goddess, and
Princess.
yeah, rude.
Oh my gosh. Either way, when we are back, we are going to be sharing some polls. Yeah, we did do a poll about what women really want. So we're going to be sharing some of our results. So, like I said earlier, we went online to
Right.
find out really what women want in life, in the bedroom. A lot of in the bedroom.
Oh, say that again.
Mm.
Yeah. Should housewives get paid a salary? What were the results?
That's to show you that our society have a big problem. Because to me, and I'm sure that's the word you use, salary. I think
we
once
can
you
use
start
salary.
using salary towards your wife, you have automatically downgraded her.
Wow.
No.
Well, okay, let's move on.
What's the next one?
Are men more emotional than women? Oh wow.
Definitely agree.
I definitely agree as well. What
Well, I
about you?
mean, of course, you guys will agree, but for me, I will tell you we're not built that way. We're not built to show our emotions. Not to say that people don't do, but you cannot. There's a poll you guys probably took a poll around women, and I would not agree because I wasn't there.
It was
Is
lie,
yes,
no?
if it's
And
unlocked.
and we have more followers as a men.
Yes, and then just the men couldn't speak up. The men felt intimidated, and you
But
women
then it was the
kind
answer.
of bombast.
It's not like we're like, speak now. Like,
For me, I would tell you. I'm not saying that men are not emotional, but I think they're more so sensitive than the word emotional. We need to be careful about that word.
But what's the
Yes.
difference, really?
there is a difference.
Emotional and sensitive.
Sensitive in the sense that, okay, like little things, like if you happen to talk to him the wrong way, that would rub
Yes.
him the wrong, like,
Right.
talk to me right, like, why are you getting so calm down?
Yes.
But emotional as in like, oh, if you talk to him the wrong way, he's gonna start.
It's not crying. Exactly.
Yes.
No, I get
Yeah,
it.
that's it's different.
I would change my answer. Yes, men are emotional, but I do think they're
Highly sensitive. Better.
Highly.
Yes.
Yes,
They
they're
will
definitely more
get
sensitive
pissed
than
off.
women.
Yes.
Get pissed off more about the little things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And women get pissed off about the big
The
things.
bigger
Big-
things
right.
that they would see as little.
Now we're on the same page.
Like, how come you're not taking care of the house? Oh.
Okay, the third one. What gives you more orgasms? Oh, yes. What gives you more orgasms? Men or sex toys?
Sex toy is a guaranteed orgasm.
Orgasm, yes.
And men, you have to
Like,
play your
and I also feel that with me personally, if I'm gonna get an orgasm, it actually is more than just the act itself. It's also just,
What you
everything
say
that has
to
to do
me.
with it, like what you
the
say to
smells
me.
and the
Yeah,
smell.
I
all
think-
my senses.
I think that word, that topic is also highly sensitive. Because you know
I'm
what?
Sensitive.
Yes,
Everything
because
is sensitive.
because first of all, not all women, and I'm very sure, in fact, is a smaller percentage of women are used to this word called sex toy. I think orgasm varies, right? Let me use a perfect example for me. I've never had an orgasm with a female giving me a blowjob in my
There are a
entire
lot of men
life.
that do say that.
You know,
There
in
are
my
a lot
entire
of men
life.
that say
You know,
that.
so they have to be an act of penetration. So for some women, they would tell you, you know what? Sex toy, they want somebody to pull their hair, they want somebody to choke them, they want somebody to slap them, they want somebody to, before they can have an orgasm.
All right, the next poll. Do you prefer foreplay or penetration sex?
I mean, foreplay depends on the individual, depend on the lady, depend on the kind of relationship you're in. I mean, you can't just have foreplay with everybody and anybody. If it's not somebody you're in a relationship with, if that's not your girlfriend, your wife, or your special side chick, I mean, foreplay would not be able to come into play. I mean, if it's
So
just...
only special side chick gets.
Special
Yeah,
side.
you imagine. So there's side chick, there's special, and there's what?
Games.
There's
Yes,
levels to the side chick.
Of course.
So your normal side chick.
And you know what? It's also vice versa. Trust me. That girl that you're probably thinking, oh, she likes foreplay, she's probably like, you know what? Do this thing and get the fuck out of here.
Is it still a man's world? What were the results?
You cannot claim to be open and still have this antique notion that is a man's world. That's a notion of like before Jesus Christ was even born. If you're gonna be open, I mean, you should be open to say it's our world. It's and that's one of the problems we're having even in a relationship, when most men tend to want to dominate or over dominate certain relationships, and you can have the woman kind of fighting back. So in our society now, I think it's understandable to say, it's our world. We're here to share. We want to learn. We want to help. I can help you. You can help me. I mean, that word, it's a man's word, over the years has been an offensive word even towards our female counterparts. So it should be abolished, just like the word slavery.
Round of applause.
And on that note, it's time to play some awesome games. Let's see how well you know your women. What's that?
What's that?
A condom?
I know what that is.
Is that a condom?
I know what that is.
What am I supposed to say what it is? I'm supposed to draw it.
Oh, I don't know this.
Wait, what's that one?
It's like a toothpick.
Like a fish hook.
That's right.
So these are different contraceptions, and people need to know this. I have no idea what the hell that is.
This is
Or maybe it's this other one. I don't think it is. That's not what it looks like. Oh, I know it! What am I saying? I'm stupid. Ooh! That one, what's that one? So that one. That one you put there.
That one.
There's a general name for these things.
Oh my god.
So the first one is a female condom.
Femidom.
thought it
That's what it's called. A female
was.
condom is a
But I
femidom.
just felt
So
like
you got it wrong.
I thought
There's
it
no
was.
pointy
I
part.
just thought condom.
Come.
She's the one that
Condom.
one is round. We know.
I wrote condom.
That's what condom.
So it's half.
Yes.
So right down.
Half.
This is an IUD.
I wrote IUD first, but then I wrote it to coil.
Yeah, you see, so yours wrong.
An implant, a contraceptive implant.
What did I call it?
Oh,
What did I call it?
do you know what he called
They
it?
put in the arm.
Yeah, I call it a contraceptive bar. I don't know why.
You get half.
I be half. Yeah.
Work on it.
It looks like Kaimata.
So number 3.
My what it looks like to me. We know that
Pill
one.
or contraceptive
Yes.
pill.
It's personal too. It's the general form. That's what we all know of it.
How is that postinol 2?
It's what it is.
Postinol 2.
Is it?
It's a pill. Pill is a
Postinol
pill.
2 has 2 medicine. Well, I wouldn't know. I just heard.
You scored 1.
Mommy,
You score 1.5.
mommy, 1.5. Try.
What I get?
You scored 1, 2.
Don't worry about what she got.
I got
She gets
2
a lot for it.
Yeah,
I
you
like-
scored 2.
2 bitches.
So back
Better
to
than 1.5.
diagram.
Mhm.
Sometimes miss, but you know.
Some men call it the classes.
Some people are still trying to figure out where it is. If you notice in my own diagram,
And please, shout out to those that have their clitoris looking like.
oh yes,
As opposed to.
I had.
As well, those ones are hidden in the back. That
No,
don't
you have to excite her before it comes out.
This is the anus.
What is that?
This is some pubes.
No. What do you label that? Label home.
Clitoris. Labia minora.
Where's the major?
The outside one.
Where do you
See it.
write?
Sometimes this object has nothing to do with pictures. It's about the taste, the smell, and the juiciness that comes out of it. You cannot draw a vagina.
Yes, Pastor.
It can only be felt. It can be tasted.
Oh,
More so, if it moisturizes your hand, then it's a good pussy.
and the beard rings.
So what?
It's partially fried egg.
Go. We don't care.
Nicole,
I would just like to thank the Academy and thank my humble guests for being so bad
are you Bonner?
that I was able to show my talent.
So you have one Grammy now.
So before we sign out, it has been so fun. You guys can see all the crazy conversations that we've been having. And from this whole thing, we clearly can tell that women are very complicated. And can we really, really say what we really, really want? But either way, I am super duper happy that we have our guest here.
Thank you.
Who shared some insight, drew a very interesting photo.
Thank you.
And what better way to end our episode today than to gift you with something? Shout out to our friends and family from South Africa.
Whoa.
Yes. We are giving you some nice flip-flops.
Okay.
I'm guessing you can wear on the beach.
Okay.
You
Or.
can wear with your women around the house.
Yeah.
When you go from one house to the other, you have some slips ready in the car.
Bruh.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, actually, Nicole, I want you to equally also get one.
I was saying it inside my head, but I was just like,
I guess that
it's gonna
matches
give
your
me some
outfit.
That's nice.
And here you are. Hopefully, I'm sure that will fit you.
I like the color. I mean, it goes with my nakedness.
aesthetic. Oh.
I don't understand. Like when you're naked, you wear these.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
It goes with my nudeness.
that's nice. But you won't be completely nude if you're wearing it.
We'll figure
Yeah,
it
shout
out.
out to South Africa.
Slips,
guys
I
so
appreciate it.
And on that note, thank you so much, Slips Africa. It's been a fantastic show. Thank you, Pretty Mike.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
know, with us Abebes, it's always tea time. It's better to say
Tea time.
tea time.